Sometimes I think we got to ask ourselves that question: do we want to stay on the shallow side of life or move to the deep end of life in which God becomes our only lifeguard?
Willing to be yourself in the sight of people, no matter what people think. I think that's what it's all about. Yo, welcome back to my channel, all my people on YouTube. Look, we're gonna jump straight into the video. Make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe. We back with another banger, man. Stay tuned. So as y'all can see, I'm just sitting here chilling on this flatbed. But I wanted to ask y'all, how much do you think a driver typically makes from this flatbed? Now, of course, you got a lot of different rates and a lot of different quotes. And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all know I got in a truck accident May 13th. What is that? 65 days ago now, and I have not gotten a truck in 65 days. And that's why y'all ain't been seeing as many videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get on here and make it seem like it's something it's not. But I want to share something with y'all that experience that happened to me was a traumatic experience, and it made me want to stay in trucking, but get in trucking from a different lane. And I think this is why I want to share this. I want to share this to people out there who are in trucking, because seasons change in trucking. Seasons for sure change in trucking. And you want to know what? That's why you can't just be in something for money, because what if it changes to the point where it's not as fun, or you're not making as much money? So for me, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Today, we actually stepped into a new journey. Now look, everything takes a process, just like getting your CDL take a process, stepping into a new walk in life take a process. But we stepped into a new phase in life where I can still be a servant in the capacity of trucking, and that's what I like. So a lot of people and a lot of truckers go from trucking to freight brokering or dispatching because, you know what I mean, you get to look at it from a different scope or a different spectrum monetarily. And I think that's really cool, considering the fact that from a trucker standpoint, a broker could tell you anything. A broker could tell you how much you making, but really they making more or they making less. You just never know. So I think for me, it's something I wanted to share with y'all, is that a lot of times we gotta live out our passions sometimes and take a pay cut. Now you understand something. If me being a young man, my first, not first real job, but one of my first most high paying jobs or careers was trucking. Now, you start off in trucking, you making good money, you know, you doing your thing. And then a lot of times we never want to let that go. We want to stay stagnant with that. But something that I learned, you know, when the truck rolled over, was that I have to continue to pursue my passion, pursue the areas where I can help serve people, because money will follow. And that's something that I'm doing right now, in the capacity of trucking, where I can now be the one on the other side of those rates, helping other drivers get paid like I used to get paid out there. And I just think that's really cool. I wanted to come on here and just share to y'all that life is a journey. Life ain't something that you stay stagnant with, that you stay still with, that you sit up here and fake it with, that you sit up here and only pursue, you know, money with. Trucking is such a lucrative industry to the point where you literally can go down many different paths and roads in trucking. There's no, you know, there's something that I learned in trucking, is that there's no cap to what you can do. You know, so I look at it like this. Would you rather have one skill set, which means that the first skill set is just your CDLs, where you only can look at trucking from one side of the ball game? Or would you rather have multiple skill sets to the point where you can add value to any place you go in the world because you've seen it from different perspectives? You know, I want to ask you something. If you start a trucking company, or you have a trucking company today, before a lot of drivers go and hire on other drivers, what do? They do every single thing within the spectrum of trucking or a transportation company, so that when they hire people, they know how it's supposed to be done. This is all I'm doing as a young man. You know, these trucking, you know, trucking has changed my life, and it's changed y'all life. Because if y'all watching this content, or even if you're not trucking has allowed a lot of people to make the most money in their life, to meet a variety of people, to have some type of influence in this world. And I just think that's really cool. So I'm gonna just tell y'all like this, for all my new truckers or all the people out there, man, y'all gotta start hitting me up. You know, for me being in a different spectrum of trucking, man, I'm in a position where I can start not only showing y'all how I made money trucking, but now how I can help others make money without trucking. And I think that's the power of networking. That's the power within this world. And I gotta let y'all know that I'm not driving a truck. I don't know if I'll be driving a truck anytime soon. When you have a traumatic experience like that, you know, I don't wish a truck rolling over on no driver out there. And I'm gonna tell y'all, because you see a lot of truckers on the side of the road and you don't think it can happen to you, but it can. And you know what? Only the grace of God can allow us not to, you know, fall into the trap of dying within the truck. You know, it's so many varieties of things in trucking that, you know, I'm thankful that I got the drive, because now sitting on the other side, of the spectrum, I get to account for everything that a driver really has to go through, and I can feel the pain from a different level. And I just think that's really cool. But remember something: trucking ain't the most valuable thing in the world. It's one of them. It's one of them. And it's seasonal. You gotta be able to continue to add value in different areas of the season, because trucking ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna tell you something: every compartment in trucking matters. What compartment could you be in? Because hey, depending on what you add, that can determine how much you make. Labor ain't always got to be physical. Inspiring people, influencing people, and just helping other people. I'm telling you, the monetary value and the upside of that is far greater than a lot of us think. We don't always got to be independent out here. Be willing to build teams. That's what I'm learning. In trucking, it's more so an isolated game, but you got to have a team of people on your side. You do, no matter which way you put it. So you gotta grow that skill set. But yeah, man, I can't see myself driving a truck. I still can't. My memory's still not fully back, as I'm being transparent with what happened. So I'm taking some time away. But look, I'm still an inspired trucker by heart. And in any way I can inspire, any way where I can add value to what God is doing in my life to just continue to influence and impact this industry, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to let y'all know something. Make sure y'all comment. You know what I want? I want y'all to understand that every experience that you go through in trucking, whether it's something that you never expected, whether it's something that you think is bad, it's all for the better. It's all for the growth. Trucking is for the strong. Staying in the trucking industry is for the strong, especially driving the truck through all seasons. It's different. And we got to keep moving forward, We got to keep moving forward, and we got to understand something that, without these truckers, man, this country won't be what it be. So I get to add value to others and just, man, help somebody else make the most money they ever made in their life. But I say all that to say this: life is a journey. Never stop, because one thing ain't working. Never, ever, ever stop. Never put all of your beans in one basket, like a lot of wise men say. Stay ready, be willing to adapt, and hey, stay tuned for what's next. More and more info coming on what's next, and maybe it can help some of y'all out there who don't want to drive a truck. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Find who you are, live in spirit, and find peace.
Our lives are meant to be legacies for somebody else, for generations to come. And we got to continue to walk after that and do things that are courageous.